9:25 a.m. Two psychos just robbed a Bank of America branch in North Hollywood, California. No one knows how many in the bank are dead or wounded. Now the terrorist-like suspects, Larry Phillips and his partner Emil Matasareanu, have exited the bank. Larry's near the north door. Emil is located by the south door. Confronted by police, they ignite a melee using AK-47s and armor-piercing ammo.
We've had some very large shootouts, even within my department, through history, but I knew as this was happening, I knew this was bigger than any of them.
They were a deadly threat. They were shooting at police officers and civilians. And at no time do you say, hey, stop and put down your gun.
But the cops are unprepared for the suspects' high-velocity rounds. 2 civilians and 5 officers are already hit.
L10 SWAT being notified. RA's en route for the officer down. All officers stay down.
SWAT, the Special Weapons and Tactics Unit, is trained and equipped to respond to dangerous situations like this one.
I was at the police academy getting ready to go for a run, and one of our supervisors told us to head out that way in our police cars and that he would give us more information as he got it regarding the situation.
9:28 a.m. The first SWAT unit gets ready for battle. Their vehicles are equipped with soft body armor and military weaponry, including a .223 caliber M16 and the MP5.
4 of us in our own separate black and whites drove in line from the police academy. Right away you're thinking, as we're getting information about our suspects, the way they're dressed, body armor.
Phillips fires numerous rounds at Van Nuys traffic officer Martin Whitfield, who's located in the intersection near the bank's north door. A bullet suddenly shatters his right femur. Shrapnel pierces his arm and chest.
Martin Whitfield was extremely vulnerable because when one of the robbery suspects saw him down, he continued to try to finish him off.
Officer Whitfield drags himself 30 yards and finds cover behind a tree across the street from the bank.
I'm losing conscience also.
The motor officer tried to draw the suspect's fire at him to enable Martin to get behind the tree or someone to help him, but Martin was bleeding out so fast he was losing consciousness and was delusional.
Paramedics and the fire department desperately want to reach the wounded, but the relentless bursts of gunfire impede their entry. The only thing they can do is find cover and wait for SWAT.
The one statement that no police officer likes to hear, that we have an officer down. I mean, that by itself, your heart falls into your stomach to hear that.
Outside the bank, the 2 gunmen continue to fire on police. Officer James Aboravan has potentially lethal wounds in his lower back. He takes cover behind parked vehicles along with Detective John Krulak, who's wounded in the right ankle.
When I was shot, I wasn't going to lay there and resign myself to death. I was going to fight. And that's what I did. So along with that and adrenaline, it kept me going. Detective Krulak said, if we're able to run, we need to get out of here. We're not going to survive if we stay here. He placed his arm on my shoulder and kind of gave me a nudge in the direction of the strip mall. So I started running with Detective Krulak right behind me.
I saw the doors to the dentist office. Both doors were shattered. I said, when we get to the glass, don't stop, go through it.
Dentist Jorge Montez watches the horrifying spectacle from his second-floor office, located directly across the street from the bank. Now the dentist hears screams outside his door.
Aboravan says, help me, I've been shot. The fear in his face was so horrible, and I'm telling him, I can't find where you're hit, where you hit. And that's how he told me on the lower back. It was like a 7-inch gash, 2 inches wide, and there's just blood coming out of there. He's squirming. He's still trying to call for backup. I knew he was in a lot of pain. 2 of the bullets came in and out, but one of them went in and there was no exit sign of anywhere, and that's the one that scared me the most. I didn't know if that bullet had gone into his liver and his kidneys and his lungs. I had no idea. That's where I was praying so much, help me help this person so that he wouldn't die in my office.
While Dr. Montez treats Officer Zaborovan, Detective Krulak maintains a tactical mindset.
My concern was they saw us go into that building, so I wanted to make sure that I had that door covered.
Krulak was saying that this shrapnel in his leg was sticking out and it was burning. He wanted me to take it out. I said, I can't take it out because I don't know if it's in your bone marrow, if it's just crossing an artery or a vein. I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to stop the bleeding.
As we laid up in the dentist office, I primarily thought was for my partner, for Stuart. In the academy, you're trained, you do not separate from your partner.
Officer Zaborovan's partner, Stuart Guy, attempts to find better cover in a commercial parking lot directly across the street from the bank. While darting to another vehicle, a bullet strikes his right forearm and another shatters his right femur. Officer Guy uses his gun belt as a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. His injuries are grave. Detective Tracy Angeles, who received graze wounds on her stomach and buttocks, reassures Officer Guy that help is on the way.
The radio transmissions coming out, there's officers needing help. Time and time again it was, I'm hit, I've been hit. We just couldn't stay there and keep listening to this.
Detectives and officers take cover behind a cinder block wall at the back of the bank. They fire at crazed gunman Phillips, drawing his attention away from the police, positioned on the bank's north and west side.
And thinking that we would then have a chance to confront the suspects, just began to do so when Phillips opened up with the AK-47 and the rounds went through that wall like it was butter. The chunks of the wall stuck in my face, stuck in my chest.
All officers stay down. One suspect is still firing at officers in the rear of the bank.
While sorting out where the injured are located, dispatch realizes that one of the officers, Martin Whitfield, is critically wounded and still dangerously exposed near a tree across the street from the bank.
9089, stand by.
He was losing consciousness. We needed to get help to him.
9089, come in.
And I was talking to everyone else who needed to know where he was, what was going on around him, how they were going to get in to get him help.
We have an officer down Victory west of Laurel Canyon. He needs help. Code 3, he is passing out.
9837, can you respond to 9L89, the 6600 block of Laurel Canyon?
Yes, I'm on my way.
Van Nuys officers Todd Schmitz and his partner Anthony Kabunik respond to the call. They will make a gutsy move. They will enter the line of fire to save a downed officer.